we have to talk about the Traitors and the latest murder on the Traitors season 4, episodes 4 and 5. Oh my goodness, I almost said 5 and 6. 4 and 5. We got to roast it. We got to react to it. We got to recap it. So grab a beverage. Hope they're wearing something very comfy. Hit that like for some Traitors fun. Okay, let's go.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and Traitors US super fan Joleen Lunzer here for another roast and reaction and recap of the latest episodes of The Traitors. It is Tuesday, January 20th. We have a new episode. Episode 6 of The Traitors is coming out this Thursday. But until then, we still have to recap and roast episodes 4 and 5. Okay, we got to have a good time. Remember, I am very opinionated. I have my favorites. I have my opinions on the players, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinions. You're welcome to sound off in our live chat if you're watching live. Hello. Or if you're on our replay crew in the comment section, and we can just respectfully agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
When you're coming in, don't forget to smash that like. You guys, let's set a like goal for 500. Can we get 500 likes on this Traitors video? It's a free way to support the channel. Also, if you want to support further, you can send a super chat while we're live here. I'll highlight your comment, or you can consider joining my YouTube membership, where we have some exclusive perks and emojis and things. Or if you prefer, I do have a Patreon. Links are in the description of that. You don't have to do any of those things. I also have a Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Everything is in the description of the video, and I'm sure one of my mods wouldn't mind dropping the links to that. But we just hit 500 members here on YouTube, which I never thought I would say. So thank you all so much. Hopefully you can hear my soundboard on that. We hit 500 members to the channel, which is crazy. So thank you guys so very much. I want you to sound off in the live chat, or again, if you're on the replay crew, in the comment section, all your thoughts, hopes, dreams, and opinions on the Traitors. So much has happened, and I'm sorry to leave you guys hanging. I normally like to get these recaps out on Friday, the next day, but Peacock has been doing that thing where they're dropping 2 episodes at a time, and just drop one, okay? So they dropped 2. They were great episodes, and they went together and everything. So it made sense. But it's like, oh my goodness. And then other things. But I'm going to try to get better about doing them on Friday so we can talk right away. But hopefully this gave you maybe a little more time to catch up. If you weren't caught up on all the episodes, you could catch up and watch. I took so many notes. So far this season, I haven't taken, oh, there goes my pen, any notes on the episodes. I was just like flying by the seat of my granny panties. But these 2 episodes were there was so much I needed to take the notes. Okay. And we have so much to talk about, because we have to talk about the Michael Rapaport and Colton Underwood of it all. Can I just say out the gate? Okay. Why are we platforming problematic men on the regular Peacock? Because Peacock is NBC Universal, which is also they own Bravo, and they just love to platform these problematic men. So we have Michael Rapaport and Colton Underwood, who both have a history of stalking and harassing women, mainly their exes. And now they're both fighting with each other. And I don't want to pick either side, because I hate them both equally. Yeah, I do. I don't know if my soundboard is playing on that. Oh, it did. Yay. All right, we'll do a... You know, it's like, ugh, just go. Both of them go. Like, you can go, little dweeb. When they were fighting with each other, I'm like, I don't even care. I don't care. But we'll get to it. With Michael and Michael Rapp. Why is Michael Rapaport even on this show? We've talked about that previously. Like, why is he even on this show? Thank you. A lot of you are sounding off in the chat like, yes. Trash. Trash. I saw Demi's video. Is that Demi? I don't know a ton about The Bachelor, but I do know about, I know just enough about Colton's previous stalking and harassing of the woman that won, I guess, his season that he was with. And I know we talked about this previously on another No Offense, All Offense, like a while back. Some of you might remember. And again, when I talk about these Bachelor Nation news and such, I don't know a ton because I've only watched a few seasons, but I remember reading about the Colton. Cassie, thank you, Earthly. Yeah, so poor Cassie. Why aren't we putting Cassie on the show? You know, but I see that Demi has her foot on Colton's neck. So Lazy Buddhist, in case, here's the Cliff Notes, but definitely Google it and such. It's to the point now where Colton doesn't even, he just did an interview with, who was it with? I think it was it? Oh yeah. So Colton did an interview with Entertainment Weekly about Michael Rappaport and, you know, well, their interaction they had in episode 5 and why he went on the Traitors. However, they had to write in the Entertainment Weekly, they had to preface, I should say, that Colton told them they were not allowed to ask questions regarding his ex Cassie. And of course, Colton doesn't want to talk about Cassie because we'll say allegedly for fun, but many people have come forward about this. Cassie herself, Cassie, her family. There were allegations of stalking, him putting a tracker on Cassie's car, harassment after they had broken up, post-show, and just a whole trash bag. And then ironically, I mean, coincidentally, as this news was dropping about or about to drop, that is when he was like, I'm gay. And we were like, okay, congratulations. Okay. But also that doesn't absolve you from accountability for harassing and stalking a woman. Okay. Hi, welcome to the world. Thank you so much. That's my opinion. But it just seemed very, at the time, coincidental that that was the time he decided to come out. And that's my opinion about it. Okay. I'm always happy when people are able to live as who they are, you know, and this isn't anything to do with Colton's sexuality at all, but just being like, I'm gay, yay, does not mean that you are absolved of all your crimes previously. Okay. That's just, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all. And those are just the facts of life. So it just seemed very coincidental to the patriarchy that he was like, but I'm gay now. I wear cardigans like this on my shoulders. Okay. Come on. I'm getting the lingo down. And we're like, no. So here you can see this little screenshot from the article where below Colton opens up to Entertainment Weekly about Michael's personal attack, why he went on the Traitors after his own rocky reality TV pass, and what to expect from the rest of the season and more. As a condition of the interview, EW was not allowed to ask any questions regarding Colton's ex Cassie. So someone doesn't want to talk about it. Well, guess what? The more you don't talk about it, the more people are going to bring it up. It's the classic, now we know, the Streisand effect. You try to hide it, more people will look into it and find out about it than they ever would before. And Demi, like I said, Demi, however you say her name, she has been staying on this man's neck. All right. Also, I've been looking into this, and a lot of the Bachelor Nation fans, not a fan of the way Colton talked to Black women within Bachelor Nation. I get a lot of microaggressions, and a lot of people reported that, you know, this seemed to be a theme for him. So that's great.
It's inappropriate.
Yes, get him to me. Get him. Okay. Yes. AKA, we can also change it to the Lauren Matthias effect. So now the Streisand effect for the super famous, but for the YouTube problematic, it would be the Matthias effect, the hidden true crime effect. The more you try to stop something from getting out, the more people are like, I kind of want to look into that. What's that all about? Why are they trying to hide it? You know? So I've struggled with, as much as I love this season, and I do love Traitors, I'm just like, again, why two spots on the show went to Michael Rappaport and freaking Colton Underwood that could have went to non-stalking people. And if you don't know, previously Michael Rappaport, I mean, boy, birds of a feather, they can stick together, Michael Rappaport used to date a wonderful actress who you probably would know for many things, but he pleaded guilty to harassing his ex. So in 1997, the 6 Feet Under actress, Lily Taylor, she was also in The Conjuring, if you guys remember. She's been in so many things. She's a great actress. The actor pleaded guilty to harassing her, and that was his ex-girlfriend. So in 1997, the 6 Feet Under actress filed a police report claiming that following their breakup, Michael Rappaport repeatedly called her and showed up at her apartment in the middle of the night, banging on her window. Taylor, who starred alongside Michael Rappaport in 1996's Illtown, I never saw that. In 1997's Kicked in the Head, never saw that either, I don't think, claimed he wanted to get back together, and his actions left her seriously annoyed. Almost exactly a year later, Michael Rappaport, now, the time of this article is 2021. So at the time he was, 51 when this article came out, pleaded guilty to aggravated harassment, admitting to a judge that he called her 21 times in 4 days following their split. A judge issued a protection order that kept the actor from contacting Taylor. The order that the actor, he ordered that the actor undergo counseling sessions twice a month for a year. So that's how bad it got. And then years later, he's been in, defamation cases with Barstool Sports. He was in some kind of nasty back and forth with an all-star NBA player, Kevin Durant. It's like, leave KD alone. Get off Kevin Durant. Like, this is Michael Rappaport. He was like harassing Kevin Durant on Twitter. And then he shared alleged, I should say, screenshots of private messages between the two. Rappaport's also, yes, with Brooklyn Net. Well, at the time it was Kevin Durant, after he shared alleged screenshots of private messages between the two on Tuesday. In them, Durant allegedly calls the actor a bitch, a dickhead, a see you next Tuesday, and a pale cocksucker, which I agree with Kevin Durant. Okay. Thank you, Kevin Durant, for doing the Lord's work.
I don't have any phones now.
Calling out Michael Rappaport. Like, leave Kevin Durant alone. Leave him alone, you weirdo. Oh my God. So he had issues there. And the nasty back and forth in which Rappaport retaliated with some R-rated insults of his own appeared to stem from a public tweet from December in which Rappaport criticized the star, 32, for being super sensitive. It was revealed on Wednesday that the NBA is aware of the feud and is assessing the situation. Again, this is an article that is from the page 6 from 2021. I will link it in the description of this video, but it's just so on brand for him because right now Rappaport is fighting with gay men on, Twitter and social media for just having an opinion about him on the show. Meanwhile, he's been stating his opinions about people and players, NBA players, for years. So it's Michael Rappaport can do it, but nobody else can do it because he's a big baby who does not know how to eat. Okay, what the hell is someone married to this monstrous man? Look at this dude. Oops. He just grosses me out. Oh my God. In these episodes, you guys, he talks with his mouth open. Like I said previously, he's just that type that always seems like he's going to spit on you when he's talking. He had like scrambled eggs on his tongue as he's yelling across the breakfast table. I would banish him for less. Show me one dirty tongue with scrambled eggs on it and you're gone, fella. I don't care if you're the most faithful of faithfuls. You're out of here, disgusto. And this is, again, we talked previously about what is going on with the water drinking hands too. What's happening here? And we saw him steal Dorinda's water at one of the round tables as well. And we're like, what? I mean, he's not okay. And then the shoveling from the plate. I mean, my God, sir, what is your deal? Ally McBeal. What is he doing, you guys? Why is this happening? Who eats like this? This man is almost 60. And he puts the bowl, the plate, every time he eats up to his mouth and shovels it in. It cannot get there fast enough. Can you? I can't. I can't with this dude. I can't. It's just freaking nasty. He's just so annoying. What is like? Every time I look at this, I'm like, ew.
You're terrible,
Ew.
Muriel.
Ew. Now remember, in this live, everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. But look at this dude. Look at this. Yeah, 2 fists in that H2O, right, Otter? It is. That's the right sound effect. It is inappropriate. It's completely inappropriate. But this is the way this guy eats and drinks.
It's inappropriate.
Excuse me. I almost choked watching this. I can't. Right? The original Lazy Buddha says, can you imagine this dude at a fancy industry dinner? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'll take it down. People, I'm like, please, I can't stop looking. I can't keep looking at this. I apologize. It's so gross. It grosses me out too. I totally get it. I'm so sorry for having it on there that long. Every time. So, all right. So let's get into recapping these episodes. But I just wanted to preface with this, Colton versus Michael Rappaport. Like, they're both trash, in my opinion. All right. And so they can both go. And I cannot wait till Colton is headed out the door. All right. So let's get into episode 4 of The Traitors, season 4. All right. So the Traitors, they murder one of the 5 in the forest. Remember, they had to choose from Eric, Caroline, Kristen, Ron, and Lisa Rinna. Obviously, they're not going to pick Lisa Rinna because she's a traitor. So the Traitors are out in the forest. Let me pull up a screen grab here. And just as we suspected, I think we suspected this, it was Caroline Salisbury Steak. You know who I'm talking about. Real Housewife of Dubai, formerly Ladies of London, I believe, on Bravo, was murdered. And there was like a little epic back and forth between her and Rinna, you guys. And it was good. It was good. Here, let me make myself a little bigger. There we go. Where Caroline's like, I thought we really bonded. And Rinna's like, too bad, Caroline. Back to Dubai you go. I mean, Rinna is loving this. Rinna has been waiting. She's like, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this when I can kill people who think I'm their friend. Thank you, Michelle's 3 Boys, for the first super chat of the live. You're amazing. Thank you so much. Says, missed you, Jolene. I've been watching your older videos. Thank you for the dopamine spike. You are so welcome. Thank you very much. And Side Gig, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, did he go to Hollywood dinners and eat that way? I mean, I think so. I think so. The privilege of nasty Michael Rappaport. So, we find this out, but first we have to go to breakfast to reveal who was murdered, because that's how we find it out. And each surviving the murder is asked to reveal what happened in the woods. And we saw this on previous seasons, and it's always interesting. And I wondered, when this was happening, I'm like, I hope Rinna is ready to answer this question, because that is how they suss out if a traitor was in, the group out there. And so they're asking everyone as they come, like, what happened in the woods? Explain it. How did it go? Like, what? Like, who tied you to a tree? What it looked like? Ron comes in first. Poor Ron. Everyone's just like, oh, yeah. They're cheering for everyone else. And then Ron comes in and they're like, Ron Funches. God bless. I think Ron Funches forgot that this is a social game. I'm telling you guys, but this is how sometimes comedians will be. That's sometimes how we be. People are like, oh, they're funny. They must be super charming in person. And then it's like, oh God, no.
Turn his TV off.
And I'm not saying Ron Funches isn't. He's a delightful person. But, coming in, I don't think ever being on a game show, not realizing this is also a social game. I'm like, come on, Ron, we got to turn it on a little bit. I mean, I do understand some of his points we'll talk about later when he's like, I don't fucking want to get to know you. That's the inside voice, Ron. We say that on the inside. Okay. On the outside, we say, yes, tell me about your family, and then zone out. Okay. So you said the inside voice, outside. So Ron comes in. They're like, Ron, what happened? What's going on? He's like, well, I heard some light footsteps. So yeah. Well, no, I'll say that in my head. So he thinks it's Mora because he said he heard light footsteps, which is interesting. Okay. And he's describing it. He's like, there was a guy and yeah, but he doesn't mention the axe. So he does mention the henchmen and being tied to a tree and hearing the traitors. How many do you think there are? He's like, I don't know, 3, 4, 700. I don't fucking like any of you people. Ron is just, God bless Ron, but Ron's over it. And listen, Ron, I don't really blame Ron sometimes because some of those people I'd be like, I don't want to talk to you either. And Ron did make good points later, when we get to the round table of like, why aren't you getting to know us? And he's like, well, I feel like that will throw some bias in my decision making. And yes, it definitely could. The more you like someone, the more you might not want to call them out or be a traitor. But you gotta fake it, Ron. You gotta fake it till you make it. All right. Poor Ron. I just want him to do better because I'm team stand-up comedian, but it's pretty funny. So Ron comes in and they're like, oh, okay. Then Rinna comes in second. Rinna's doing a lot when she comes in. She's like, hello. Oh my God. Ah. But it's very Rinna, but it might be a little too much because in other areas we learn later, she's not doing enough. And Stalker Colton is catching on to that. All right. So they're like, girl, what happened? And she's like, okay. Oh, what happened? Ooh. And you mean in the woods? Okay, yes, because I could have been murdered. Okay, because I'm a faithful. Duh. Okay. Oh God, I need a little bit of tea. You guys are just really right away. Let me get a little tea in me. Okay, so I was in the woods. It was dark and I heard coyotes and an owl sat on my shoulder. And I was like, is he going to ask me how many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop? Because the world may never know. Anywho, so then the henchman's there and he's got a mask. He's like, whoa! And I was like, okay. And then the traitors are walking around. One of them's doing like a tap dance in the dirt, which I thought was kind of impressive. I think it was a traveling time step. And then when they don't kill you, you see the henchman and he's got a mask. And it's like sometimes Harry Hamlin likes to wear that when he's out in the woods by himself. And then he sends me video of it. It's a thing. Anyways, and then he got a big axe and then he chopped off my handcuffs and I was like, I'm free falling. And I started singing Tom Petty and then the henchman started singing Tom Petty and then they gave me some lip filler and I was back. And they're like, okay, good. All right. So she's very detailed, very dramatic. Then Eric enters, Mr. Magic Ears. Poor Eric. And they're like, what's up, Eric? And Eric's like, oh my God, you guys, I survived. And they're like, well, describe it. Eric mentions the axe, the man in the leather mask. And he's like, I think there's 2 traitors. And this is when Eric tells us in his confessional that he heard something else. He got another clue while he was out there in the woods, but he's not ready to divulge this information yet. He's not ready to share this yet because he heard one of the traitors laughing. And I'm thinking, oh, who the frick was laughing out there? What? And he goes, and I know because I'm a musician and I got an ear for this, what I get paid for. So I'm thinking it had to have been Rinna, Candace, or Snake Rob. We find out later he gets it wrong. But he does, he does list the account and like, okay, that seems to add up. Then the fantastic Kristen, I don't know if I have a screen grab of her from Top Chef, shows up. And Kristen, she's a smart cookie, but she's going to have to be careful because she's catching on, well, incorrectly to things, but it's okay because she's sussing out Michael Rappaport Colton. And I'm down for that. So then Kristen comes in and they ask her and she's like, yeah. And everything kind of, got it. They're like, all right, that tracks. Then we have Alan coming in and he's like, poor Caroline was taken from us, snatched like a housewife's jawline. I was like, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Housewife's jawline. Yeah. Oh, when Kristen tells what happens in the woods, Jam asks about, well, what about the ceremony? The ceremony. What did you think about the ceremony? And that's when Tiffany Mitchell, Big Brother legend, says, who would say ceremony? Only a traitor would say ceremony. So she's like, what? So now she's sus of Jam. She already thinks Jam's a traitor, which she's wrong. But she thinks Ron, Jam, and Michael are traitors, and none of them are traitors. Okay. Which I'm like, oh, Tiffany, no. But they all do act sus, but they're not traitors. All right. Tiffany tells us to Kristen about her thoughts. Colton talks to Monet and Snake Rob and Mark about why he thinks they need to take a big shot at Tiffany. All right. But we'll get there. But again, in the exchange with Rinna and Caroline, it was pretty great. Okay. Because, again, Caroline's like, I thought we really bonded. And Rinna's like, no, I don't like anybody. Okay. I barely like my family. Come now. And then Caroline says, well, I guess I'll see you outside of this, I'm sure, somewhere like BravoCon. And Rinna's like, no, you won't. No, you're never going to see me again. Okay. I'm going to go ghost. You're never going to see me again. Caroline is floored. She thought the housewives, she's like, I'm absolutely floored. I thought the housewives would have each other's backs. But by the order of the traitors, they all stand there. I love a face-to-face murder. And they're like, you have been murdered. And she's like, oh my God. I'm okay with losing Caroline. I don't care. I don't know. Put it in the chat if you agree with. I don't care. I don't care. God bless Caroline. Good luck. All the best to you, gal. But I don't care. She wasn't giving. I feel like a lot of the housewives besides the traitors really aren't giving. When they got rid of Portia so early that she didn't have time to give. Dorinda's just starting to, but they need to up Dorinda's martinis. They might need to do like intravenous or something because we're not getting any of this, clip. We're getting nothing. No clips, no nothing. It's just Dorinda going, I would like to get to know you. I'm like, who the frick is this chick? What?
No.
She's like, Ron, I just would like to get to know you. And she's wearing 67 brooches. I'm like, this is not the Dorinda I was expecting. Now, I know they put, a cap on how much you can drink, allegedly. And it's probably for the best that they do, given that Dorinda, she would be probably canceled or something. Okay. Thank you, Chickenhead, for the $4.99. Says Ron does not trust. He doesn't trust anyone. I want him to do better, but Ron is very bad at this game. Ron is adorable, but he is so bad at this game. And who gave Ron that orange jacket, that orange robe? Fire them. He had the cutest little colored cardigan in the early episodes, and then someone put him in just a huge orange robe that did nothing for him. And I'm thinking, what's going on? Ron is, I don't know what's going on with Ron. But yeah. I think so, Bonnie. Dorinda is like scared silent because she wants to make it far, but she's going to fall into like a Dolores category. And even Dolores spoke up some. She didn't really know what was going on half the time. But Dorinda is she's playing it all the safe, So Ron is, I heard this next episode, he is going to accuse Alan of being the traitor. He was going to the cameramen and women. He's like, I think you're the traitor. And they're like, I'm sorry, what? No, Ron, you stay in the game. He was accusing everybody on set. Fergus. He's like, I think Fergus is the secret traitor. I mean, that could be a fun little, twist, but no, Ron, come on, Ronnie. I need you to come back to me. Come back down to reality. Every episode, Ron's like, I think I've solved it. And we're like, what is it, Ron? He's like, I'm pretty sure the traitor is that statue in the front yard. And I'm going to say it tonight. I'm like, please don't, Ron. Please, Ron, knock it off. All right. So, again, we get Tiffany, you know, she's sus of Jam Jam. Hi, producer Cordelia. And then Colton talks to Monet, like I said, snake Ron and Mark about why he thinks they need to take a big shot at Tiffany. And I'm like, Colton, you get your damn hands off her. Okay. I am like George McFly in Back to the Future to Biff. Hey, you get your damn hands off her. You leave Tiffany alone, Colton. Josie Grossi. I don't have time for him. But there he is, just talking shit.
You can go, little girl.
Oh my God. Colton's perpetually wrong. He's wrong as much as Ron. And he's way more annoying. Ron is more endearing to me than Colton is when he's wrong. Thank you, DMNX7192, for the super chat. You have an Australian alter ego, Jolene. There's a girl. Oh my God, thank you. I always wanted to be Australian. Annabelle Fiddler, who played the Traitors Australian. She looks just like you. She was a great fit. Okay, now I have to look her up. Because again, I think I look like Hormona, Lisa from Drag Race, as do some others. But now I gotta look up. Whenever you guys tell me I look like someone, I look her up. Annabelle, I like her name. Also kind of scary. Like a doll is gonna kill me. Oh my God, she's a cutie patootie, this little one. I am not this cute. Like, she is like so young. How old is this baby? Thank you so much. She's like a baby, though. I think she's a baby. She's so cute. She's a cutie little baby. Now I'm like on her Instagram, I'm like, oh my God, cutie. Oh my God, I love her headband. Okay, I have to quit saying, oh my God, oh my God. Thank you. With the Annabelle Fiddler. Like and she's got a cute little style. Does she have a podcast? Babes on the Brink or something? Oh, I spelled her name wrong, but I think it's still the same. Yeah, it's still the same person. Fiddler. Annabelle Fiddler. Oh, she can show her midriff. We're not the same. Okay, maybe one day. But yes, thank you so much. That was really sweet of you. You're a sweetie wipe the damn CD. And she does like a cardigan. Oh my gosh. Thank you. No way. I love Puya. I don't know him, but I just really enjoy him when he is covering Big Brother during the Big Brother season on Rob as a podcast. So Amy says Annabelle podcast with Puya about now about the Traitors. That's awesome. Shut up. You guys are being so nice to me. Like, stop comparing me to such wonderful people. Or keep doing it. Keep doing it. You guys are amazing. Okay, thank you. I don't know why I'm whispering.
Jesus is just alright with me. Jesus is just alright. Oh yeah.
Okay. So then we're on to the mission. All right. And on the way there, Colton and Tiffany talk in their own respective cars about who they want to go after to others. So Tiffany's gaming, Colton's pretending he can game. So that's cute. You know, and the stage is being set for who they will go after at the round table tonight. Candace really likes Tiffany. So Candace, our wonderful traitor, our housewife's traitor, and she can see Tiffany as a great ally. And Candace is like, I don't think it's Tiffany's time yet. You know? Oh my God, I can't even read my own writing. Channel inner Celtic warriors. Oh, this is what Alan says. I was like, what the hell did I write here? Okay. So in this mission, they have to channel their inner Celtic warriors to see who to trust, or who they trust and who they don't. So the players have to go into the woods, always into the woods, to find a spear and bring it back and plunge the sphere, not a spear. Is it a spear or sphere? It's a spear. It's a spear, Jolene. Okay, it's a spear. Think of pickles. We like it. Into the beast of the shielded person. So every person has their own little thing. And every time they come back with a spear, they have to decide one person to shove it through their midsection. And all of the players start by having shields, but when they get speared or when their little figurehead gets speared, then they lose their shields and they'll be up for murder tonight. So at the end of it, only a few remain with shields. This mission saw us yet again seeing Rob carrying Mora. Mora has the best strategy. I think she has the best strategy. Okay, I'm trying to get an Irish accent. I don't know why Irish accents are so hard. Scottish, I feel like I can do a little Scottish. But Irish is a little back of the throat. It's like, I think I can do this. Yeah, Rob, carry me on your back. So Mora is the player I want to be in the Traitors. Carry me. Okay. I don't want to sweat. Like, just carry me. Carry on our wayward Rob. All right. And we get little cute Alan Cumming sayings where he's like, you want to ride? And then Alan's like, oh, what about Dorinda? She hasn't had a ride in a while. I was like, Alan, I love it.
Turn his TV off. Turn his TV off. Dip my dunk in between your donuts.
Poor Dorinda. I don't even know who Dorinda's dating these days. I have only known of one person Dorinda's dated while she's been on reality TV. And it was this creepy guy that owned a dry cleaners. I think his name was John. And we got the iconic line from Sonia Morgan going, what are you doing here without Dorinda? And he was sweaty and gross. And allegedly they did cook on you. I don't know. Again, allegedly. Okay. But I'm so glad that our little Dorinda is no longer in that.
Allegedly.
Because he was so gross. So gross. But I like this Mora. I mean, I kind of knew of her from Love Island, the little bit I know, you know, right? You remember Evelyn says, oh my God, I remember John the dry cleaner. Ugh. Ugh. He was so sweaty. He's sweaty spaghetti. Too sweaty. And I'm sweaty. Okay. But he was sweaty for other reasons, not perimenopause. All right. Moving on. So they pick teams for this. And while doing so, Monet decides to tell Candace that he doesn't really trust Rinna and that he has a tickling she might be a traitor. And I was just like, no, Monet, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm thinking, Candace, just let Rinna go.
It's inappropriate.
Just let her go. Let her go. Stay, because I want the Monet and Natalie partnership to work. So I'm like, Candace, but I know Candace is going to say something. And Candace is like, oh, now I got to say something to Rinna to protect the Traitors. But I'm thinking, you can let Rinna go. You can let Rinna go. It's okay. It's okay. But that'll come later. So basically, the teams have 25 minutes to complete the mission and earn all available money. So Monet initially spears Tiffany. And I'm thinking, Monet, no. So then I'm just getting mad at everybody. I'm like, Monet, no, we're not doing that. So then Tiffany's like, what the fuck? What? Why are we spearing Tiffany? So then she goes back at Monet. She's like, Monet. And when they spear in this challenge, they have to yell the name. This show is so campy and so dramatic. I love it. I love it so much. All right. So Tiffany's like, Monet. And then Snake Rob spears Michael. This was an interesting part and tells you so much about Michael Rappaport's character. Okay. As a schman, as an alleged schman, we'll say. All right. Allegedly. I haven't seen any proof. Okay. But allegedly, he says he's a real grown man. But I just would like to see a little more proof of that. You know, maybe holding a cup properly or something like that. But that's where we're at with him. All right.
It's inappropriate.
And so Snake Rob spears him. But yet when Michael shows up, as Rob and his team, which includes Tara Lipinski, are leaving the site of the spearing, Michael's like, oh, dude, the fuck did to me? Oh, what the fuck? I'm so cool. I'm so dope. I'm the dopest motherfucker. I'm so dope. And it's like, oh my God, shut up, Red Spots. Like, I've had it. I've had it with you. So then he's like, I'm gonna spear Tara. And I'm like, Tara barely knows what's going on in the game. Okay. Unfortunately, I think that Tara and Johnny Weir, as cute as they are just here to promote the Winter Olympics for NBC. Because we haven't really seen much. Tara's like, I'm a world champ. And she is. She's iconic. Figure skating champion, Olympic, all the good stuff. But she's like, I don't really know what's going on. My cat's breath smells like cat food. And we're like, okay, thank you, Tara. Like, she's adorable. So is Johnny Weir. But what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? All right. So then he spears Tara. And I'm thinking, bro, go after the Shmen. Okay? There is a straight man right here with snake tattoos on his arms that speared you. He's one of the hunks, as Michael Rappaport calls them. But no, he does Tara. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, Michael does look like a baby holding a sippy cup. So I was like, And Michael's like, you get me, I get you. It's like, Tara didn't get you. Rob decided. Rob is like, I am going to spear Michael Rappaport. And everyone else is like, okay. And he does. Meanwhile, Michael's just yelling, I get you, get me, I get you, you get me, I get you. And he yells, he's like, Tara, Tara, Tara. And Tara's like, I hear you, Michael. Thank you. I'm like, Tara, put your skates on and skate over his face. I am tired of this. I am tired of this. You need to skate. He needs to skate to the face. Okay. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. You need to skate to the face. All right. Oh my gosh. And he was screaming, as you can see here, Tara, Tara. And he keeps screaming because he's a man child. I think he thought like coming on here, like, okay, I'll go in, I'll really put the entertainment value, but it's just annoying. It's insufferable. It's not entertaining. I'm sorry. It's just not. And I'm not sorry. I don't know why I said I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. And Alan says, Michael, not quite grasping. You only have to say the person's name once. Yep. You only got to say it once. I did notice that. Amy said, did you guys notice Johnny had a picture of Tara on his nightstand? So cute. It was cute when she like sat on his lap, like, I miss you, because they're pretending they're not best friends. And it's like, we just assume that you are because you're both, you know, figure skating royalty, and you can just tell that you like each other. But I mean, at least they came in. That was a strategy. Definitely. So then after Michael's like, Tara, then Candace whispers to Rinna in the woods that Monet said her name. And I'm like, oh, no, we're going to lose Monet. God. Like I said, Rob carries Maura again, iconic Maura. And then we see Steven get speared, Rinna gets speared, Maura gets speared by Ron because he thinks she's a traitor because Ron is wrong. Wrong Ron, we'll call him. And then Natalie spears Johnny Weir. There's one spear left to find, and they're scrambling to find it. And Mark's team finds it, and he spears Jam Jam. And then Jam Jam cries. He's like, meh. And I'm like, Jam Jam, calm it down. Is this how Jam Jam was on Survivor? I feel like I like Jam Jam, but then sometimes I'm like, I don't like Jam Jam. Like, do I? Maybe. I don't know. Jam Jam would be one of those interesting players to watch because he literally is very much like, I am out for myself. Okay. But he's like, why me? And it's like, Jam Jam, please, sir, stop it, Jam Jam. All right. Yes. Thank you, Joleen Lunzer fan. Hit that like button. It's not Chell. I've asked Chell before. It's not Chell. Okay. I wish I could say, yes, this is my husband. But it's not. Allegedly. We don't really know. Maybe he's lying to me. I don't know. So he's like, meow. So again, the speared players who are going to be up for Schmurder are Steven, Rinna, Jam Jam, Maura, Michael, Johnny Weir, Tiffany, Monet, Tara, and Ron. But they finished the mission. And but those people, their shields went up in flames. So then in the car ride back to the castle, Tiffany tells Maura Ron burned her shield because he thinks she's a traitor. And Maura's like, he thinks I'm a traitor. I gotta do the thinks I'm a traitor. No, okay. The Irish, I gotta work on it, you guys. The players are now eating dinner which brings us to Michael Rappaport shoveling food into his big, large mouth that he will not shut. And I'm like, shut up. Shut up, Michael Rappaport. Shut it down. All right. Monet and Jam Jam are like two fabulous gays up for murder. They say, oh, fantastic. We don't want to see Monet go. No. So the players eat dinner. Mara thinks she's getting murdered. And she pushes for others to go after Ron. And she even chants, it was very BBUK, which I miss watching, especially celebrity BBUK, when they would yell, very different from our Big Brother, where they're like, get this person out, whoever the name is. So she was like, get Ron out, get Ron out. I'm like, yes. I mean, no, but yes, it reminded me of Big Brother UK. Natalie just straight up asks Ron. Ron awkwardly walking around, the castle. Everyone's kind of got his name in their mouth at some time. And she's just like, are you a traitor? That was like, he explains, that he's into it and he's into the game here, but he's not on always as a person. And I get that. When he said that as a comedian, the comedian in me was like, I get that. Because I think there's an expectation when you're like, you make people laugh or you're a performer, whatever the hell, that you're always on. And let me tell you, people who are stand-up comedians who are always on are the most annoying people in the world. You would rather have them be like Ron Funches. Someone who's always on makes you want to poke yourself in the eye. It's ugh. Or the comedians, there's also comedians who are like always running jokes. Like they're like, ooh, that would be a good, and I'm just like, when we're just in life, like write that shit in your notes app and let's move along and have a conversation. All right. So I kind of understood what he was, talking about. Like he's not always on. But again, Ron, this is a social game, sir. We got to fake it till we make it. Save this stuff for the confessional and then act like you're interested in these people, even if you're not. Okay. But I really don't think Ron knew what he was getting into. Tiffany's kind of like, okay, Natalie, asking him if he's a traitor, like that's going to work. Everyone starts discussing Colton's move to go after Tiffany. So the castle's, talking about this at the round table. Tiffany has no idea. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they are just picking off gamers. Tiffany is, obviously not having the conversation she needs to or developing the relationships she needs to for people to come back and tell her that she is a target. Now, I'm thinking in terms of Big Brother, and Big Brother is such a different game than Traitors. So in Big Brother, you have so much time to kind of talk. You have all the time, basically, to talk and, get info from people and build relationships. And you're literally living together 24/7, unlike the Traitors where they all go off to like a hotel. They don't stay in the castle like we've talked about. And so I think a lot of Big Brother players underestimate just how quickly this game goes, and you have to develop those relationships quick, and you need to make sure you have some confidence in the game. And I think Tiffany early wanted it to be Ian, Rob Sesternino, like the gamers, and they're just getting wiped out. So it was so crazy to watch Tiffany, who we know, if you're a Big Brother fan, is such a strategist and is really on top of everything. Like she perfected the cookout and their little like onion type or their +1 strategy of having, one person, the alliance each had their like +1, but eventually they had to pick their +1 off everybody. So it would just end up being the cookout in the finals. But watching this as Tiffany's getting like blind, I'm like, she's about to get blindsided. That was insane. Anna says Ron is a better fit for being a slightly famous person in a normie season. I think that could be true. Yeah, that could be true because he's not going to be a, off-putting to like norm. I see what you're talking about there. It probably make more sense. Yeah, Tiffany, unfortunately, like Bonnie says, got her game thrown off. So as, stupid Colton, I'm just going to call him Stalker Colton, allegedly, okay, is going around and putting salt on Tiffany's game and, being like, oh, it's Tiffany. It's Tiffany. Colton tells a group that Tiffany is going for Ron, Michael, and Jam Jam. And Jam Jam's there like, she's coming for me? Oh, Colton tells him, Tiffany's dragging you behind your back. I'm like, Colton, you little bitch. You little narc. And you're wrong. The worst part is you're so wrong. You're the wrongest piece of wrong that ever wronged. Meanwhile, he's like, yeah, girl. She's dragging you. But I'm like, is she? I mean, I think maybe. I don't know. Just like, shut up, Colton. Shut up. I just wanted someone to tell Tiffany. They didn't. That's how the game is. Okay. Colton keeps campaigning to get Tiffany out. Candace thinks and expresses to others that this is a dumb move to get Tiffany out. And it's just how Portia went out. Like, they're doing Tiffany the same way they did Portia. Candace is trying to convince them. But Colton is like 100% sure Tiffany's a traitor because he's so smart and he's wearing a cardigan and brooches. And after he's harassed women and stalked them and put tracking devices on their car, or a woman, I should say, now he's appropriating our style. But okay, whatever. Moving on. Build a bridge, Jolene. Tiffany believes that her plan is in motion for Ron. So while Colt is doing all this, Tiffany believes, no, my plan's in motion for Ron, Jam Jam, and Michael. But says that she can't lead the charge because those people get themselves in trouble. And I'm thinking, Tiffany, you are in danger, girl. So we go to the round table. Colton starts at the round table. And he says, Tiffany, you're a traitor. I'm just going after you tonight. Tiffany, you can tell. She is caught off guard. She's like, what, bitch? Like, what? Colton, huh? And she said she laid out, he's like, you laid out your plan with 3 names. And he talks about he struggled coming up with one name or something. And she's like, you're struggling all over the place. You are a struggle bus, Colton. Tiffany's like, I'm smarter than you. He's like, oh, she said, I'm the smartest. He goes, the traitor? Are you the smartest traitor? He's just trying to entrap her. And I'm like, shut up, Colton. And like Gibson Johns is saying, I'm smarter than you. Honk the horn on his ass, Tiffany. Yes, beep, 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 mofo. Beep, beep. All right. So Colton is just starting in on Tiffany. And Tiffany's like, no. Now, I wish Tiffany there were things Tiffany could have done better. And I'm sure she herself on her channel will, or has, I'm not sure yet, has talked about that and, will acknowledge that. But for some reason this season, people are just like, write my name down. Okay, if someone is coming after me, I'm not going to tell them to write my name down. I've seen a lot of people do this. And when they've been called out and they're not traitors, they're like, okay, we'll write my name down. I'm like, no, don't say that. You got to talk them out of it. So he's like, okay, do you have 2 F's in your name or just 1? And she's like, Tiffany, like the company. Boom. Oh, Colton, you're not worthy. So, let's see. She's like, you're struggling all over the place. Tiffany said she's smarter than Colton. She says she wouldn't have went after gamers like Ian and Rob. She said, but Jam Jam would. So Tiffany's trying to put the heat on Jam Jam. Like, you think I'm a traitor? Ian and Rob were my friends. I wouldn't go after gamers, but Jam Jam would. And Jam Jam's like, what? Why me? So then her and Jam Jam get into it, which maybe not the smartest. I don't know. Tiff tells him, write my name down. And I'm like, Tiffany, stop saying, write my name down. Yes, right, B Palms. Colton thought he ate. Colton hasn't ate down at all in this whole season. He's got his foot in his mouth. He's choking on one of his little fake diamond brooches. All right. But no, he does not. Yeah, he was like shaking when Tiffany's just, giving it right back to him. He's like, oh, I can't. Oh. And then Ron chimes in. Wrong Ron says Tiffany is all over the place. Maura then calls Ron out. She's like, I think it could be you. And he talks about his light steps theory. And she's like, I think I heard you say I have take light steps. And he says, oh, and then Ron just is not dealing with this well. Then Ron starts in going, oh, you're being defensive. And Maura holds her own, okay? Maura in her leather beret. She wore a leather beret. Maura's like, oh, I think I'm not defensive. I'm passionate. I'm a faithful. Maura tells Ron, you did this to Portia. Don't do this to me. You think you're going to do this to me or not? All right. Then Eric has to chime in, and I'm like, oh, God, Eric. Here we go. Eric, stop. Stop, cutie, Eric. And then Eric's like, okay, guys, I have to tell you something. And they're like, what, Eric? Is it that you're just like adorable and sweet? He's like, no, I have a theory. It could be bunnies. No, he says, I am a singer, as you know, even though I didn't know. And I have a trained ear. My ear is very trained. It's a trained ear. It's an ear that is trained for music. And I heard one of the traitors laughing. And I know who that traitor is. And I'm like, here we go. And then he says, Tiffany. I'm like, oh my God. Tiffany's like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? Tiffany's like, are you serious? And then everyone jumps on board. So Colton already was putting so much salt in her game, so much sus on her, as Boston Rob would say. And then it didn't help that these two dweebs are like, you know, this game changes very quickly. At times, I struggle to find one solid name. Tiffany, you're struggling today, but go ahead because you're wrong, but I'm listening. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, Eric. I think Rob even says, oh, he's good. He's good at music. Yeah. So then people are like, that might implicate her because you were out in the woods and you heard a laugh and you said it's Tiffany's and you get paid for your ears. And Tiffany's like, you might have to find another job after this. You're about to lose your job. Okay? Because you do not have good ears for this. Then Candace starts crying at the round table, and she's telling everyone that they're doing exactly what they did to Portia, and she's pushing again for Ron. And I'm like, Candace, be careful. I like that Candace is, you know, plugged in as if she's being a faithful, but you got, you know, you don't want to be too quiet and you don't want to be too talkative. But I think Candace has a good balance right now. But if she keeps carrying the round tables, I worry for her, you know. So after Tiffany has went head to head with Jam now, like, write my name down. I'll write it. Jam was like, can I write it now? And Alan's like, no, you cannot. He's like, okay, I'll wait. But it really, the nail in the coffin was Eric with his, I heard a laugh theory. I listened to music over and over. It's Tiffany. So then Tiffany cries. Candace is like, I don't think it's Tiffany. You know, she's she's a mom and she's here for the right reasons. I think she's a faithful. Ron is getting upset because he's like, listen, at some point you either exonerate me or you send me home. And I'm thinking, he's not wrong. You know? Yeah, I mean, that move from Ron, yeah. He's like, you can't keep saying, oh, Ron, and going Ron about Ron. All right, you exonerate me or you send me home because I don't want to get to know any of you fuckers. Ron said, I came here to be honest. And that's when Dorinda says, Ron, you don't make yourself available. And that's his narrative. And Ron says, I don't have a narrative. I go where I'm wanted and I go where I'm loved, which is nice in theory. That's like a nice quote you can put on your wall, you know, a nice sign. But we're planning the traitors, Ron. Okay? Again, outside stuff. Okay. Many think Eric's evidence against Tiffany is the most damning. So ultimately, most vote Tiffany to be banished. Colton says, if I'm wrong, I'll wear that pie for the rest of this game. But he says that, but he doesn't end up doing that, unfortunately. So then Tiffany stands in the circle of truth. And lo and behold, she's a freaking faithful. So Colton shut the bed again when it comes to this one. All right. And Tiffany says, I told myself coming into this game, be careful with how you are, because not everyone will understand. But I am truly proud about the way I played this game. And you all should be proud of yourselves too, because you have proved that you get what you deserve. You all didn't deserve me because I'm a faithful. Bye, bitches. And she's out. The dipshits are shocked. Like I said, they're just like, oh, what? Colton's cardigan and Eric's magic ears got it wrong. Like there's like, what? No way. Eric, though, is immediately remorseful. Colton's like, oh, well, bitch. Like, he don't care. So Eric apologizes. He's like, oh my God. Candace reassures Eric. Michael's not happy. Eric says, I feel really bad. Colton said, I made a mistake, but I played football for 17 years, so I'm still going to play hard like he's played. Maybe tone it down a little bit. That's the one thing I agreed with Michael Rappaport. Maybe shut up a little bit. When you're that blatantly wrong multiple times, maybe shut it down a little bit. Maybe pull it back. But he's not going to. Michael and Kristen have a conversation. Michael says he thinks it's one of the three hunks who is the traitor, either Snake Ron, Colton, or Steven. I'm like, did Michael Rappaport, whatever his name is, get one right? That's amazing. I never would have guessed because he's right about Snake Rob. All right. But he's like, I think it's one of the three hunks because they're so hunky. I'm like, you got a crush on him, Michael Rappaport? What's going on? Eric tells Colton he's not feeling well and feels like he got a friend schmurdered. And Colton's like, well, you did. And then Eric responds to him, so did you. I don't know if Tiffany wants to be Colton's friend after this. We'll see. Tiffany might be too smart to be Colton's friend. If I was Tiffany, I'd be like, no, thank you. No, thank you. The traitors reconvene in the turret for their nightly schmurder, which is always a joy. I do love watching the little traitors in the turret. So you have Snake Rob, Rinna, and Candace in the turret deciding who will we schmurder. They give the pros and cons on all. And it sounds like they're going to schmurder Johnny when they're talking. Again, they talk about the pros and cons of Monet, of Maura, of Steven, of Tara. And then they talk about how Monet said Lisa's name. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because Rob, I don't think he knew yet. And then who do they murder? Find out in episode 5 of the Traitors.
It's inappropriate.
They kind of leave us hanging, but that's what these traits do. That's how these hoes are. So then we get into episode 5. We have breakfast. Nat, Eric, Dorinda, and Candace arrive. They miss Tiffany. Everyone's like, oh, I miss Tiffany. I'm like, tell me about it. I would way rather one of these dorks go than Tiffany. One of these dorkerino dudes. You can go, little girl, but no. Eric feels bad again for targeting Tiffany. And Dorinda says, I think Ron goes from victim to accuser. And it insults her that Ron puts in no effort to get to know the group. I'm like, Dorinda, I get it. Like I said, it is a social game, but let's calm it down a little bit. Now she thinks, oh, that's because he's a traitor. And Dorinda wants to know about everyone's kids and where they go to school and what you had for breakfast and when did you have your last period. And Ron's like, I'm here to play the game. I'm here to do a job. I don't have time for this. So Dorinda's like, yeah, he's getting no effort to get to know me or one of my 90 brooches. I did like this look on Dorinda. That was cute. When Rob arrives, he's got his overalls. He knows what he's doing. He's hoeing it up in his overalls. I was like, Rob, stop being such a sloot. Snake Rob is a salute. If you watch Love Island, you know when he pulls out the overalls, there's some shit about to go down. He's probably going to cry. He didn't cry, but... And Dorinda's like, oh, nice overalls. Like everyone's starting to, get boners over Snake Rob. Johnny Weir is like, oh my God, he's so hot. I'm like, Johnny, it's okay. Calm your tights boner. I don't know. It's just like everybody is acting like Rob is the hottest traitor. I think because I'm enjoying him as a traitor, but I think because I saw him in action on Love Island that I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. But they're all boning out over Rob. And I'm like, okay, but I know too much. All right. I know too much.
Allegedly.
Colton says he'll have to wear pie on his face today and own it. Kristen is sus of Colton. I'm like, yes, Kristen, get him queen. Destroy him. I don't care. Get rid of him. Michael, Jam Jam, and Ron arrive. Ron gets what he describes as the most tepid of applause when he arrives. He said, I haven't received that little of applause since I was an open micer. And that definitely, I know that feeling. Oh my God. Doing those open mics. There's a bunch of comics where you're probably trying out new material where no one's paying attention. No one gives a shit. They're like, next comic coming to the stage. People are like, a lot of people in the audience are just comics themselves. It's like the worst, but it's where you go to like try material. You get stage time, you know. So he's like, since I was an open micer. I'm like, yeah, Ron. I mean, poor Ron. He just, everyone's just like, oh, yay, Ron's here. Because everyone's like, he's a traitor. All right. Snake Rob asked Michael Rappaport if he's scared. And Michael Rappaport, like, I'm not scared. I thrive in this. This is where I thrive. I live in the mess. Okay? He's got food in his mouth. He's got a dirty tongue. So he's got scrambled eggs and a dirty tongue. I'm like, do you not brush your tongue? We're in the year of 2026. Who's not brushing their tongue? And whoever is not brushing their tongue, we're going to have some problems. Okay? You're going to have to go back to there's going to be a hygiene school we send you to. Okay? Because you're doing us all a disservice. If you're not flossing and brushing your tongue, you have bad breath. All right? But again, this is this dude. So he's like, I live in the stuff. And it's always the guys that say that I live in the mess. I live in the heat. You know, I love this shit. I thrive in it. It's like, no, he's fragile. He likes when he's talking shit, but if someone talks shit back or calls him out, he turns into a big baba, big baby. He poops his diaper. He's like, I need some more Pampers, mama. Okay? And blames a woman. We've all seen this archetype. We know a man like this, or we just know him. Okay? Allegedly, for entertainment and fun purposes. So he's young, over the table, like spitting eggs. I'm just like, oh, freaking gross. Freaking just get rid of him already. My God, he's grossing me out. Or he's like, thrive in it. And then he cries. Okay. He's like, oh, you know, he's the type of guy 4 hours later, he's like, I got some eggs back there. You're like, ooh, disgusting. I just don't understand how he's almost 60. And this is how, but I'd be lying to say I haven't seen men his age or older who with table manners like this. Unfortunately, I have. It's disgusting. And by this point, you can't teach an elderly dog new tricks. Okay? You'd have a better chance teaching an actual dog who's elderly than a human elderly man new tricks. You just couldn't. I just can't get over also the way he drinks it. Who does this? What's happening here? I think I talked about this after the first episode. How he's like, can you imagine if I'm live and I'm like, yeah, guys. You'd be like, what's wrong with Joleen? Is she okay? Oh my God, gross. Gross, gross, gross. He was spitting eggs, Mrs. T. It was disgusting. I was like, you ruined scrambled eggs for me. And I was making an omelet that next day. And I didn't even eat it. I just served it to my husband, Shell. He's like, you want some? I'm like, I can't. Michael Rappaport has ruined eggs for me for a while. I'll be back when I can again. Right? Thank you, Joleen Lunzer fan. It is.
It's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate, Michael. You're disgusting. And you have money. Good God. He needs to go to his cotillion. Isn't that the thing that they only do for like the Southern ladies? So they learn manners. He needs some cotillion training or something. So he's yelling, I live in this. Colton talks of being on The Bachelor. And Dorinda's like, oh my God, I had no idea you're on The Bachelor. Shut your mouth. And he's like, yeah. She's like, you were being straight on The Bachelor? And he's like, well, I thought I was gay at the time. You know, I was heavily in the closet. And because he talks about how he cried a lot. So he opens up to the table about his Bachelor experience. You know, boring, bring a book. Like, don't care because I know what he did after The Bachelor to Cassie. So I'm like, I don't care. But there he is telling his story. Maura enters. And the thing of the season has really been, I think we're all the smoked salmon. The smoked salmon why are they only giving these people like 4 pieces of smoked salmon? Every player comes. Stephen Coletti came, like the first episode, it was like, I need smoked salmon, I need smoked salmon. They give them half a piece. They have to fight over the smoked salmon. Why? Do they think this is like entertaining or something? Literally everyone there is like, I love the smoked salmon. And they got 4 pieces with all these people. And every time people come later, they're like, oh, smoked salmon, smoked salmon, smoked salmon. Where did the smoked salmon go? I want to see the smoked salmon. They're like Milton with his stapler in Office Space. I'm going to burn this castle down if I go get my smoked salmon. They told me there would be smoked salmon. I thought we were going to do smoked salmon. No smoked salmon. So now multiple people. And then when they get there earlier, they're like, oh, I'll get some smoked salmon. First of all, gross. I'm just not a salmon fan. I know that's a personal fault of mine. I understand. But I don't like it. I can't. I've tried it every way. I've tried it regular, smoked, blackened, dill, cowgirl, reverse cowgirl, doggy. I've tried all of the smoked salmon ways, and I don't like it. I just can't. I can't do salmon, period. All right. Amy says, you only like your salmon smoked. Mm-hmm. Michael Rapport just shoved it in his mouth. EBL. They're like, you got salmon? Who's got salmon? Anyone got salmon? Are we doing salmon? So poor Maura is like, oh, I got here late. No salmon. I'll have to have Rob carry me down to the stream and fetch me one. I think fetch me one from the stream, Rob. Where's he man spreads in his overalls? There you go, Rob. You and your overalls and your balls head down to the stream and fetch me a salmon. I think I need it. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Yes, Family Shadow says, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm here for it. I'm so glad that you're here for it. We're talking about the Traitors. Meme says, thank you for leaving more salmon for the rest of us. Yes, my husband loves salmon. My mom, Nana loves salmon. Everyone loves salmon. It's just me. I am immature in my taste buds or something. Something's wrong with me. I get it. But I will leave the salmon for you guys and the bears. You guys and the bears. So, we got the salmon talk. Michael Rappaport spitting on everyone with his dirty tongue. Colton's talk, smoked salmon. And I'm just like, buy more. Okay. Sorry. My notebook went. And it sounds like I'm farting, but maybe I'm farting. Maybe I shot myself. I don't know. At this point in life, whatever. Tara and Johnny finally arrived together. And that's when we realized that Monet has been schmurdered, you guys. And I'm like, no. Monet had so much more to give. Take Johnny Weir, take Tara Lipinski, but please don't take Monet. Take the figure skaters, take their skates, but please don't take Monet. Traitors season 4 was taking him fishing to pull him out of the game. I don't know. Okay. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. I was so sad. And Tara and Johnny are like, yay, we're here. Triple Axel. And they're like, oh, who's not here? Monet. So they toast Monet. The table's shocked. Candace is like, I'm starting to feel bad. She has a confessional where she's just like, this is hard because Monet trusted me. And then in that trust, he told me something that, you know, I then had to use against him that ultimately got him schmurdered. So she's like, when people ask how I'm doing, she said, in the words of Dorinda Medley, not well, bitch. And that was perfectly placed. One of the iconic Housewives lines when Dorinda, after many a martini at a party where then she slut-shamed Sonia Morgan and went after the creator of Sex and the City, whatever her name is, I forget. That's martini time, Dorinda. I'm kind of waiting for martini time, Dorinda. Martini time, Dorinda is like Serial Mom.
Didn't I just say you?
I beg your pardon.
Who is this?
Mrs. Wilson from the telephone company. I understand you're having problems with an obscene phone caller.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, Mrs. Wilson, but this is driving me crazy. I've had my number changed twice already. I'm a divorced woman. Please help me.
Well, what exactly does this sick individual say to you?
I can't say the words out loud. I don't use bad language.
Oh, well, I know it's difficult, but we need to know the exact words.
I'll try. Sucker, that's what she calls me.
Listen to you, filthy mouth, you whore!
God damn you! Sucker!
Beverly? Rosemary.
I need that Dorinda to come into play. I'm ready, Dorinda. Okay? Come on. You're supposed to be bringing the entertainment. It's not like you're going to win. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want Dorinda to win Traitors. Am I the only one here? I know she might want to, but that's not what we expect from Dorinda. Okay, we want her to bring the heat. Okay. Alan enters with his Schmurder sweater. I love this sweater. They need to sell it on the Traitors website. I will wear the shit out of this sweater with a little long sleeve underneath. Let me see if I have a picture of this. It's a great color. It's like a burgundy. And then in like glitter puff paint, it says Schmurder with a bunch of R's. It's fantastic. Oh, do I not have a picture of it? Oh, I loved it. Oh, here we go. I'm like, Alan, yes. He looks so cute. I would totally wear this. Put it in the chat or comment section if you would wear this as well. I might be one of the few, but I really want to buy this. Lisa thinks Ron has to go. Okay. She starts campaigning. After breakfast, she talks to Kristen and Tara and Candace, and they use the Portia situation as evidence. Tara's like, I don't really know what's going on. I hope I get better at this game. And I'm like, bless you, Tara Lipinski, but maybe just, I know you can't really self-evict, but come on.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason.
That's Tara. Not sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but there's a reason. Me too, Evelyn. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for the bar to open and overserve Dorinda. All right. Yeah, Bonnie, Dorinda doesn't know how to play. You would? Okay. At Lynette says, I would wear the shirt. London would wear it. Amy would wear it. Yes, Anna says they should have a t-shirt or sweatshirt version, right? Well, I looked on the website. They do not have good merch. Traitors, I'm going to tell you. Me and my husband, Chella, we're looking. There's been some iconic lines this season, and they didn't really capture them. They're not. There's not good merch. Psychic says, I would love the sweater, but I think people would be scared if that's my goal. I want people in this climate. I want people to be afraid of me. Okay. Don't mess with me. Dale says, now the tips guy, I don't know who I want to win anymore. I know. There's still some hope. There's still some hope. Okay. So then Maura, Michael, and Snake Rob and Natalie are talking about Colton being a rabble rouser. Rebel. Ron starts putting Michael and Dorinda's name out there. So Ron can't help himself. He's like, you know what I think? Everyone's like, what? What's going on? I think I know who the traitors are. They're like, who? Ron Funches. And he's like, Michael and Dorinda. We're like, oh, Ron. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Ron says it's the two of them for sure. For 100% sure. It's these two. Now, I know I've been wrong, but I'm just going to continue being wrong. I love little Ron Funches. I love his accent. I love the way he talks. It's just so cute. But he's so wrong. He's so wrong. Wrong, Ron. Jam Jam wants Michael to go tonight. Jam Jam's done. Colton is just throwing people under the bus. All right, you think he'd learn from Tiffany? He didn't. And Kristen is getting more sus. Yes, queen, clock him. She pulls Candace aside to tell her. So Kristen's like, listen, it's Colton, I know. And she's 100% wrong, but I'm okay with her being wrong because I'm ready for Colton to go. So she pulls Candace and she's like, I know. Just look at what he's doing. All right, he's not a team player. I work in kitchens. Those dudes that work in the kitchen, bitches, they get mad. They yell at people. That's Colton. He's so freaking annoying. He thinks he knows everything. It's him. It's him. He keeps putting the heat on other people. It's like, no, he's just a really bad faithful. But I'm like, get him, girl. Take him down to Johnny Town. All right? Okay? Put a tracker on his cardigan and call him a bunch of times and harass him. All right? So then it's mission time, and it is the Fountain of the Faithful is the mission. Basically, what they have to do is they have to go and retrieve statues from the woods that are missing from the famous fountain at the castle. And they have to dig in the fountain, which is now dirty, has dirty water. And they have to find coins that tell them where the statues are. And the deal with this is, they have to bring, to complete this mission, they have to bring and get all the money. They have to bring back every statue, put it in its place in order to, within the time allotted, in order for them to collect the prize pot and the money, or I should say collect the money and add it to the prize pot. Again, we're looking at groups of 4 people. So they're digging around in the fountain looking for these coins that are going to tell them where the statue is. And they run in the woods, grab the statue, bring it back, place it. However, there are many shields out in these woods when they find the statues. And Alan says, and if no one takes a shield, there will be no murder tonight. But if even one person takes a shield, the traitors will murder. So all they have to do, all the faithfuls have to do, is not take a shield and no one will be murdered tonight. Seems easy enough, but you throw the wrench in of people not trusting each other. You throw the wrench in of the traitors trying to sabotage this because they want to schmurder, but they have to be so careful to not be too obvious, because what they say is only a traitor would grab a shield or would want to grab a shield, when if you just, none of you grab shields, there will be no schmurders this evening. Okay. So then they're enticed by like one shield, go to the first couple statues they find one shield under it. Then all of a sudden they're finding 4. So that means the team are out there by themselves in teams of 4, finding the statues, and they could grab 4 shields. And it's like, who would know? Who's going to know? They're going to know. Who's going to know? So there's, editing is showing us they could. I kind of think, let me know what you guys think. I kind of think they didn't grab shields. I know that's a boring way to look at it, but I think Colton wants to grab some shields. He's worried with how he's playing that he's going to be schmurdered. And we know Candace and Rinna and Rob want people to grab shields. But Rob says that Rob is, I just can't believe Snake Rob is thinking this logically regarding being a traitor. I'm just shocked. All right. I didn't know he had it in him. I thought he just wore overalls, was a fuckboy, and cried in pools on Love Island. But here he is making sense. Snake Rob says, I'm in it for the long run, so I'm not going to try and sneak a shield. He's like, it's not worth it. I'm thinking, you're right. It's not worth it. Now, interesting fact about Rob, and some of you reminded me in the comments, and I should have thought of this, but I didn't, is when Rob was on Love Island, he was friends with a feller named Aaron. And Aaron was on Love Island, and he was so annoying, and he was such an F-boy and all the things. However, before being on Love Island, Aaron was on the, I believe, UK version of the Traitors and won. So Aaron and Rob are really good friends. So part of Rob's strategy most likely came from Aaron. I mean, I'm sort of speculating here, but that would make sense that Aaron would give him tips, right, Silly Goose? People, thank you to those of you who dropped it in the comments, because that was my first full season of Love Island I think I really ever watched and covered, was season 6 with Aaron and Rob. And Aaron was dating, what was her name? This blonde woman, and she was young, and she was just like always crying, fuck. And Aaron was just awful to her. And Aaron's such a liar, obviously going to be a good traitor. And he had to have given Rob tips on this. Kaylor, yes. Kaylor was like, fuck. Oh, Aaron was a faithful? But he won, right? Oh, he won by default. I thought he was the traitor. Oh my God, I got that wrong. Sorry. Scratch that. Forget what I just said. He won with the faithfuls. Is that what you guys are telling me? I thought he was the traitor. For real? I really have been thinking this for like a year or so, that Aaron was a traitor. Scratch that. Apologies. Oh my God. I'm Ron Funching it up here with these facts. B Palm says, yeah, he won as a faithful. So IDK what he would have told Rob, but definitely could have. Yeah. Well, just the experience alone, maybe. I feel like Rob, though, we talked about this before, it was going to be, I didn't think about it until he was in the position. Like, of course, he's used to like lying to these women and using his little charm, being like, oh, I'm just a guy from Alabama who plays with snakes in the wild and in my pants, you know. So, all right. So thank you, graphics. Thank you, guys. Aaron was a faithful who won with 2 others. Thank you for correcting me, because I would feel bad. People watching this on replay, like, Joleen, you're getting all the facts wrong. This is horrible. You could have Googled it. All right. I didn't even watch this season, but I just was like, yeah, that makes sense, because Aaron is such like a lying doucher, in my opinion, that I thought, oh yeah, he'd be a traitor. He'd be a traitor. But yeah, Rob would be a good traitor because he's used to lying to these hoes. Okay. B Palm says he's discreet already, has a very mysterious personality. Yep, Rob does. So him being quiet, laying low doesn't raise flags. No, it doesn't. And they underestimate him. So he's low key the perfect traitor. I never would have guessed they would make him traitor, but it makes so much sense now. Yeah, he was a traitor on Love Island. Thank you, Earthly. So I thought he would be a traitor in The Traitor. So apologies. Thank you guys so much for correcting me, because I would have felt so stupid if I didn't catch you guys correcting me and I just put this out and people in the comments would be like, Joleen, oh my God, I am not watching her anymore. Ugh, misinformation over there. Apologies, guys. So as they are in this mission, the Fountain of the Faithful, the dirty water, Candace does not want to go in. Candace is like, what if I fall in this water? I could get a yeast infection. Who's going to take care of my coochie? Now that they could put on a sweatshirt, I feel like. I'd probably wear it. Okay. But I'd wear lots of things. And so I love that. Candace is like, I'm not getting a yeaster for Easter for this. Ultimately, she does. And they start digging. But, you know, if you throw off pH, and a lot of bad things can happen. Nobody wants a yeaster for Easter. It's not fun, especially in a Scottish castle. Okay. You know, I assume Scotland has, I keep wanting to say azo, but that's for UTIs. But what is the yeaster for Easter medication? And they're like, here's a little like pill sort of with cream in it, and you shoot it up there. Not Midol. What's it? Massengill? No, what is it called, you guys? You guys will put it in the chat because you're smart. Michelle's 3 boys, thank you so much for the super chat. Or the super sticker, I should say. Yeah, so far nobody's good. You know what I'm talking about, the yeaster for Easter medication, you guys. If you remember, let a lady know. All right. But I assume Scotland has their own Monistat. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Jackie. How could I forget Monistat? The commercials are legendary. Growing up, I didn't even know what a yeaster for Easter was, but I was like, I do not want one of those. Because they're like, you got to put this little egg in your, and I'm like, in my where? You're watching this as a kid, like, where? In my butt? I don't know. There are other places. Who's got holes? I don't know what's going on. You know, but I was a slow learner. Yes. It was like the Ambisol commercials. Before you can say Ambisol, before you can say Monistat for your yeaster for Easter. But I'm sure there's better medications, but that commercial was like reign supreme when I was a kid. It was like, you might get a yeaster. Here's some Monistat. I'm thinking, oh, geez. Oh, God. Why can't the boys get that? Can the boys get it? Give it to the boys. The boys have so little. We want to share. Share it with the boys. Thank you, Dr. Macy, says best traders commentary in the biz, because you will also get, you know, Monistat, Massengill, Azo. talk as well. Okay. All right. So the 4 shields is very tempting to these players. They end up completing the mission, and we don't yet know if anyone took the shields. So the prize pot currently stands at $106,000. And I thought these celebrities are like,
It's not enough.
not enough. But they were like, oh, that's a lot of money. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Indiana girl, Jill, so good to see you. Say, I went to see Fortune Feimster Saturday, and her opening act was Rachel. I love Rachel Scanlon. She's like one of my friends. She's hilarious. We're both from Minnesota. We met at the House of Comedy when she was working there, and I was pretty early in stand-up, and I was about to move to LA. And then Rachel was like, I want to do stand-up. I'm like, you should. You're adorable. And she's like blowing up and killing it. Rachel Scanlon's the best. She's a Minnesota girl. Shout out to Rachel. She's so funny. And I like Fortune Feimster too, but I just really love Rachel Scanlon. So shout out. I love that. If you ever see her again, tell her you know me, and then we'll all be friends. We'll have a circle of friendship with the lovely Rachel Scanlon. But Fortune Feimster is amazing as well. So how fun. If you look up Rachel Scanlon, she's got like a ton of followers now on Instagram. She has like, they used to do a show. I don't know if that's their podcast. They called it Two Dykes and a Mic or something. And it was her and another funny lady. So super, super funny, super talented. So just like lesbian comedians, like Be Still My Heart, you know, just the best. I often am like, oh, just if I was a lesbian, I'd be funnier. You know, the lesbians, they're so funny. Okay, back to it. Back at the castle, they're eating and gaming. Dorinda and Steven are talking to Ron. It's so awkward because Steven and Dorinda are talking first, and then Ron just stumbles in his little coat. He's like, well, hey there, guys. And it's awkward. Ron says, I feel 90% on 2 traitors. And Michael and Dorinda are like, they're like, oh, and he goes, I'll tell you, Michael and Dorinda. And Dorinda's like, me? Dorinda's not happy. She's like, I haven't voted for you. You can't vote for me if I don't vote for you. I didn't vote for you. We talk about I don't vote for you. And he's like, yeah, I think you're a traitor. So, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, Dave Neal will know all those people. He'll know Rachel, everybody. So, good choice. Yeah, big love to Minnesota right now. My heart. I can't. My heart. So, thank you, Bonnie. Yes, big love. So much love. All the love to my Minnesota badasses. Okay. So, Colton, blah, blah, blah. Awkward Ron, like, I think it's you, Dorinda. And Dorinda's like, what? Huh? Colton's in the kitchen, talking. Ron or Michael, everyone who voted for, they're making the point, like, everyone who voted for Michael is gone except for Jam Jam. And Jam Jam's like, I know. Then Michael enters. He's like, oh, what's up? So I'm the hottest. I'm the best. Colton then straight up asks Michael. They're both so cocky. Like, Colton and Michael are so much alike. They're twinsies. They are like little baby twinsies. And Colton asks Michael in front of the group. He's like, so does Alan stay in his outfit when he's in the turret, or does he change when you guys are up there? And Michael Rappaport's like, you know, he's like, and Natalie's like, that's bothering you. Like, you're getting flushed. And Michael's like, no, I always get the flushed. I get the straight flushed. I'm a straight guy. I get flushed. It's, no, I'm not bothered. And Natalie's like, oh my God, I've never seen you you're getting bothered. Colton says, that's the only way that you'll find the traitors. And Colton's like, am I making you uncomfortable, Michael? And meanwhile, Colton can't sell any of this because just as much as Michael is flustered, Colton is like Mr. Shaky Voice, I feel like. He's just not exuding the confidence he thinks he is. It's just coming off as like smarmy to me. So he's like, am I making you feel uncomfortable yet? And Colton says, or Michael said, no, you're not. No, you're not. And if you miss a shot, okay, you're shooting again. You shouldn't. Colton's like, I shoot again. And Michael's like, oh, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should take a nap. I'm a trash talker, which really means I'm just trash. My hat says no. My tongue is dirty. And I'm spitting eggs on people. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, here we go. So then it's like Michael versus Colton. And I'm here for them. Like, let's fist fight. Let's fight to the death. No, you know what I'm saying? Let's just, let's get it done. Okay? Someone throw a punch. No, I don't advocate for violence. We're kidding, except for when I advocate for violence. Okay? Michael tells Colton to be more humble. And this is when, why are you making me agree with Michael Bolton here? I mean, Michael Rappaport. You know what I'm talking about? Why? Ugh.
You're despicable.
Like, he should be a little more humble. He's been very wrong. But coming from Michael Rappaport, that's rich, you know. He's like, you're a failed ringleader. You're a failed ringleader. And Colton's like, whatever. Michael then makes his rounds talking about Colton and Colton's killers. You know, Michael needs it to rhyme. He needs it to, preferably everything he compares Colton to has to start with a C. I'm surprised he didn't call him a C next Tuesday. Michael then tells us in, I think it was like a little diary, he says that he's very self-aware. And I'm like, bitch, where? Where are you self-aware? There is no way. This guy is just saying stuff. Like, what?
It's inappropriate.
Like, I am really self-aware.
No.
Is the self-awareness in the castle? Because I haven't seen it. All right. Michael confronts Colton and says, you're a fucking traitor. You're a fucking traitor. They go back and forth. Oh, my God. This guy's a traitor. Traitor. I'm a trash talker. Traitor. And Colton and Michael are both probably on the verge of crying. They've probably, you know, ejaculated in their pants. They're just like, they're a mess. And they're going back and forth. Traitor. Colton yells, I want to be responsible for sending Michael Rappaport home. I want to do it now. Okay, cool. I wanted them to yell at each other more, but neither of them are good at fighting. They think they're better than they are. They think they're doing something and they're not. So I'm like, whatever, get to the round table. So Candace starts this round table. And she says, so do we want to address the shouting in the kitchen earlier? And by this time, everyone is fed up with Michael Rappaport. Everyone. We're just like, oh, not this douche again. You know? And then, you know, Johnny Weir's like, yeah, I only heard about it. I don't really know what's going on. I'm not really sure why I'm here or what I'm doing, but I'm excited about it. Yeah, let's do this. So then Michael starts and he's like, listen, it's conniving, colluding, commiserating Colton. Okay, they all start with a C. Bazanga. And you're like, what? And he just kept saying it. He just kept saying these. It's like he thought of 3 words that start with a C. Conniving, colluding, commiserating Colton. And he's spitting. And it's, ugh. And then Michael goes on about how, you know, Colton, what you did to Tiffany, what you did to that lady, ain't not good, yo. Ain't not good. Okay, you send that lady home. Conniving, commiserating, colluding, cotton candy, correction, cookout, cook, cast member, chicken, car, Colton. You know, I'm a trash talker from the old school. It's like, oh my God, yeah. Coca-Cola Classic, that's 3 C's. You can't beat the real thing. It's three C's. Coca-Cola Classic. Okay, Diet Coke, shit, that's a D in the beginning. Fuck. Whatever, you know what I mean? I'm ultimate trash talker and I'm so sexy. All right, it's not a tumor, it's not. Okay, moving on. So it's just like, oh my goodness. And then he's going on. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. Go after Colton, cool. And then he's like, colluding, conniving, conniption. Wait. Cafe latte, Colton. And he says, and nobody in this room would be better at holding a secret than you. You. He's pointing and he's just like, oh my God. He's like an angry, I know he's not a boomer, but he reminds me of like the angriest boomer dudes. No offense to boomers who aren't that angry, but you know, you've all run into a very angry boomer dude who was probably once like cool and grew his hair out and thought he was doing something. And now he's just like screaming at people. And you're like, for what? You know, for something you heard on Fox News. So we've all seen this, you know. Then Colton smirks because he's like, and there it is. And I'm thinking, fudge. Now there's been lots of debate about this online. Okay. It doesn't look good for Michael because just earlier in the morning, he learned that Colton was on The Bachelor, or Colton talked about it. He might have already known, who knows, and that he was in the closet for like 29 years. So then Colton's like, oh, he can play the victim card, which Colton loves. He loves. He can be like, you can't hold me accountable. I'm gay. He loves doing that. All right. So who cares? I harassed and stalked a woman, but now I'm gay. And we're like, yeah, those two things are not like, they're what? They're not this. Okay, whatever. So he's like, oh, you think that was easy for me? And of course, everyone, you know, is going to be like, that's horrible. If you're talking about that he can, you know, hide because he was in the closet, because you're not really hiding on purpose. There's this, you know, there's this whole, it comes off as very homophobic. It comes off as just awful. And I guarantee you, like the Men's Warehouse, that Michael Rappaport is a homophobe. Like it just, come on, look at the guy. He's like, I come from the generation, I say the F. And you're like, oh, here we go. Whatever. Stay home. Okay. Stop it. You know, it's just who he is. But I'm like, don't give this to Colton. Don't give this to Colton. Oh, here we go. Here's the homophobia. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. You know,
It's inappropriate.
And now I've seen some people argue online, you know, I don't think he meant that. And we don't know for 100%, I guess. And I think some people just don't want to believe it because we don't like Colton so much. But I mean, I think he probably was right. He's like, no, I was referencing stuff in the game. I'll talk about the game. It's like, let me know what you guys think. Okay. Yeah, you can be a gay stalker. Gay people can do the same things as straight people do. Okay. The only people holding anything back is Colton with his messed up way of thinking, being like, no, I'm gay now. I can't stalk. Other gays can do it all. Okay. Come on now. Thank you, Schmitty, so much for coming in with the super chat. But I was like, don't give this to Colton. He loves being the victim. And he's the victim again. And he's the victim. Him and his husband are going to be able to talk about this on their podcast. Because I was like, what's going on with Colton? So I looked up his profile. He's married. He's got a kid now. And his husband's like a former or current political strategist or some shit. And they got a podcast about daddies. And I'm just like, ugh. I'm just tired. As a lady, I'm just tired. I'm not going to protect this douchebag. You know, there's no consequences for this guy and his actions. He just gets opportunity after opportunity after being such a fuckface. And I'm like, no, just because you put a cardigan on your sweater, on your, you know, shoulders now, doesn't mean that we're just going to forget how you treated women. Dildo Baggins, okay? Side gig says, I'm not sure he's smart enough to come up with that one. You talk about Michael? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't cancel out the stalking. For sure, silly ghosts. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. They both need to go. You know? Jim in the jungle says, I truly think he would have cracked the joke on Twitter and it would have landed there, not realizing this isn't Twitter. You talk about Michael doing that. I mean, I just guarantee that Michael would yeah. But he's like, I didn't mean it like that. And I'm like, oh, here we now. Because I was actually, even though Michael is so annoying and so insufferable and spits scrambled eggs, I wanted him to get one over on, you know, Colton. I wanted him to naively like avenge Tiffany, like, yeah, get him. But no, Michael Rappaport, of course, has to ruin it. And then everyone's just like, let's just vote him out. Natalie basically says, can we just vote this bitch out? No one wants me. They're like, at this point, everyone at the round table is like, we don't care. Even Eric says, we don't care if you are a traitor or you're a faithful. Right now, either you are a traitor and you're just, you know, distracting us by putting on everyone else, or you're a really bad, distracting faithful. So either way, you're horrible. You're right, B Palms. Yeah. Rappaport's comment didn't even make sense in the context of the game. Like, why would he say that and nobody in this room would be better at holding the secret than you? When did Colton hold a secret in the game? So far, he's been very open and very blatant and very blunt about who he wants to go. So it's like, yeah, you've got to go, Amy. You got to go by noon today, like Mama Fee says. And I was just like, oh, great. Michael, you have to ruin everything. You could have at least, and then, because Michael was like, I'm coming for you. You make my life uncomfortable. So first I'm going to go for, what do you say? Like big guy Ron, big traitor Ron. I'm going to go for little traitor Colton or something. He was just pointing, Michael's just pointing and Natalie's like, let's just get rid of him. So everyone's like, let's get rid of Michael. I don't blame them. Obviously, there are a lot of gay people on this cast as well who are like, what? Everyone's like, that's offensive. Michael's like, no. Johnny Weir's like, oh, no. Jam. What? People are like, no, I didn't mean like that. So then Maura is like, I think you got to go. You talk way too much, Michael. I think you talk too much and you don't say anything at all. And I'm like, yes, Maura. Maura, why are Maura's reads kind of like housewife level? The looks and reads. She was like, I think I didn't watch The Housewives. But I think, okay, I'm apologies to anyone Irish watching this who's like, Jolene, what is wrong with you? Are you having a stroke? No, that's just me trying to get to the back, to the back of my throat, to get to the Irish accent. I'm trying to get to the gangs in New York back here. It's not working. So yeah. So Maura's just like, I'm sick of the Michael show. You talk too much, but you don't say a lot. And it's true. He doesn't say anything, He's like the Alison Krauss. You say it best when you say nothing at all. So majority, some people still vote Ron, but ultimately they send Michael packing. All right. And Michael's like, I'm not a traitor. I'm a faithful. And nobody cares. Did you guys notice every other faithful that left, everyone was like, and then he was like, I'm a faithful. And everyone was just stood there and, yep, we know. Bye, bitch. I wonder if anyone is going to talk to this man after the show. I would be careful because he has a stalking history that he pled guilty to. So, Dr. Macy says sometimes Maura feels like AI. That's funny. No, I think she's Irish. She's Irish, Amy. I thought she was British this whole time. No, when she says the tink, because I love the Irish accent. I'm schmurdering it, but I love it. I love listening. Okay, that was a lisp. But yeah. So hopefully this put enough salt in Colton's game. Now then, you could tell like Alan was not having it. Alan's like, let's go. Alan hated Michael Rappaport. Oh my God. So Alan comes in. He's like, we'll find out tomorrow. The latest. If somebody took a shield, we'll find out at breakfast. So then no one cares. Michael's gone. Steven did something nice that a lot of people were recognizing online that that he checked in with Ron. Stephen Coletti is kind of a sweetie wipe the seat. I wasn't expecting this Laguna Beach alum to be such a sweetie, but he really is. Look at this outfit. This is cute, Stephen. Stop it. Okay. I never even had an opinion really about this guy. I liked Lauren and Kristen, Laguna Beach, but he checks in with Ron. He's like, Ron, just so you know, like, I'm glad you're here, which I think, that is the worry from a lot of people that Ron will be excluded. I guarantee you Ron is fine. Ron told these hoes, I don't want to fucking get to know. Like when Dorinda said, he was like, I don't fucking want to know your fucking kids. And I'm telling you, that is that is so many stand-up comedians. That is so many stand-up comedians. Okay, they say tragedy plus time equals comedy. I don't want my fucking kids. I was like, oh my God, Ron. People are like, Ron is too aggressive talking to Dorinda. I'm like, Dorinda can handle it. Okay. She's a real house. Usually she's talking to people like that. It's okay. It's okay. But I think it was sweet what Steven did, but I also think Steven's playing the game because Ron might still be a traitor and there might be a schmurder tonight. So he voted Ron still. So he's probably like, oh shit, I don't want to get schmurdered. So it's probably a check-in, the human kind thing to do. But also I thought, well, it's probably a little bit of game too. Because I wouldn't want anyone to feel alienated except for Michael Rappaport and maybe Colton, and Ron seems appreciative of that because in the end, it's a freaking game. Ron hasn't done anything egregious. He just is not very good at this. But he's a nice man and he's very talented and funny. But he's not very good at Traitors. Okay. Kristen then finds Eric and Mark. And I'm like, this is an interesting little trio. And she tells them her theory on Colton. And Mark is playing so balanced. Mark from Dancing with the Stars. He's like, yeah, we'll just think about it. Let's hold on to that. Yes, that's exactly what you should be doing. We should be having these conversations and kind of just like, let's hold on to it. Let's think about it. We'll eat the salmon. Where's the salmon? Who took the salmon? We need salmon. All right. Mark just coming in all Kenny G. He's like, or whatever Kenny G does. What does he play? The clarinet, saxophone? Dave Dog, what does Kenny G play? You know what I'm talking about. Just cool. And so she's like, let's keep an eye on Colton. I'm like, yeah, keep an eye on him. Send him home. Hi, Princey Pooh. Johnny and Tara tell Candace they think it's Colton too. So I think Colton's going to go soon. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And it was so funny. I mean, bless Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski for being just, Olympic gods. But holy shit, are they bad at this game. They are just Tweedledum and Tweedledum are just the cutest. But they're like, hey, Candace, we're faithfuls. You trust us, right? Because we know you're faithful. Candace is like, yeah. Yeah. They're like, yeah. Okay, cool. Like, okay. Watch the Winter Olympics, everybody. I wish they would figure skate. You know what I mean? They should just bring them on and do a figure skating competition. They don't have to be cast members. I know Simone Biles isn't going to do this show right now in her career. But I think Simone would be better at this. I think Tanya Harding would be better at this. No offense to these two cuties. They're so adorable. And they're American icons, but they are horrendous at this game. They're so bad at this game. I don't even know what they're doing other than hugging. Like I'm going to need a triple axel or something. Oh, good. My dentist appointment just said, can you come in at 3:30 today? Hell yes, I can. Hold on. Let me text him back. Yes, I can. Because then I have more time to talk to you lovely people. And then I'll write thanks. Okay. Thank you, dentist. So it's crazy the dentist texts me. I don't know. I feel like a grandma. I'm like, yeah, text me. Text me, baby. Text me, dental daddy. No, my dentist is a woman. Okay. In case anyone was wondering. Everyone's like, we don't need to know that much about you, Jolene, but don't you want to? Don't you want to think about my dental dam? No, stop it. That is horrendous. Okay. All right.
I am not buying it.
So Johnny and Tara is like, hey, Traitor, you're great. Now, if Johnny and Tara end up being turn a page and they're like, no, we know that Candace is a traitor and she's our traitor angel, I will take back every evil word I said. But until then, you guys are so cute and you're so amazing, but you suck at this game. Colton talks to Dorinda, Snake Rob, Mora, and Jam Jam about his suspicion of Lisa Rinna. And like I said, Johnny Weir has a boner for Rob. And Rob's like, oh, Rob's playing so cool. He's got like the finger in his mouth. He's like, I don't know. Colton, he's clocking Rinna, though. I have to give him, I guess, that credit that he is clocking Rinna. He's like, come on, you guys. What do they say? A broken clock is right once a century, whatever that saying is. Okay. I don't remember what it is, but you know what I'm saying. The broken clock theory. But he's like, come on, Dorinda or Lisa Rinna would be like me. She would be like, and she's playing it down. And I'm like, she is. And she hasn't named anyone. She doesn't really talk. And then Dorinda's like, yeah. Dorinda's so easy to sway. So many of these people are bad at this game. Twice a day. Okay, twice a day. Because it took me forever to even understand that. There was something else that recently I told Hype, my husband, Chell, I'm like, I just finally understand why they named something, something with the double entendre I never thought of. And now I can't remember what it was. But sometimes it takes a while. Okay. Yeah. Twice a day. Broken clock is right. Twice a day. So, Ma Pro says, I love Eric, but he sucks. He thought he heard Tiffany. I know. He sucks. So many of them suck, but the Traitors are doing good. Now, here's where I'm at with Rinna. If we lose Rinna as a traitor, I'm okay. Put it in the chat if you guys are okay or not okay with that. I'm okay. Candace and Rob are like really good traitors. Rinna's okay. She's like dramatic and stuff. She's having fun with it. But really, we just need Candace and Rob at this point. So Colton is, putting salt in Lisa's game. Ultimately, when they go to the turret at the end of the episode, because we don't yet know if there's a schmurder till breakfast, because we don't know if someone grabbed a shield. I feel like no one grabbed a shield. But so they have to be really careful with their schmurdering, because Candace tells, Rob tells Rinna, like, just so you know, Colton said your name. And Rinna's like, I freaking knew it. That we got to take him down. And as much as I would like to see Rinna get revenge on Colton, I hope she does. I'm okay if she leaves. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Evelyn says, I want Rinna gone. Moody Blue says, I agree. Silly says, yes. Okay. Amy says, I'm literally in Aldi. Shout out to Aldi and their quarter carts. And someone was trying to talk to me and I said, shh, my show is on. I just discovered the magic of Aldi this summer because my niece and nephew always stay with me during the summer. And let me tell you, because, it's just me, my husband, chilling the fur babies. So I was like, what's the big deal with Aldi? When you have children and a family, oh my God, Aldi's prices are like, thank the Lord for all the stuff that they want. I'm like, yeah, because I was getting organic syrup for the pancake stuff I would eat. And the kids were like, what is this trash? And they want the $1.99 syrup from Aldi. I was like, okay, I know it's not as good for them, but that's what they wanted. So I don't got to spend, however much organic syrup is that I have. Prince, don't chew the cord. Don't chew the cord. I love you. But Aldi, man, you can get some deals at Aldi. My little niece, Lucy, had to tell me how to do the cart with the quarter. Holy shit. I never knew. Kelly Kate, okay, you're okay with it? Yes. Sacred says, I think if Colton goes, it will give away their game. It could. Now that would, yes, because you're giving up a shield. And then you're also giving up that if that group that heard Colton say that, if Dorinda remembers, and she wasn't drunk, so she might remember, and if Maura remembers and Jam, and then Colton's gone, they might be like, Colton said Lisa's name. And then he's dead. He's shmurdered. Yeah, Aldi has the prices. I was like, oh, so much easier to feed the children's. Oh my gosh. Kelly Kate says, are the small shopping carts called quarter carts? I need those everywhere. Like the baskets? Or the little kid ones. Those ones are so cute, like at Trader Joe's. Or as my niece used to call it, Trader Joseph's. Can we go to Trader Joseph's? I was like, all day, every day. I love Trader Joe's. It's my favorite. But I don't know. I just know the quarter or the big cart. You have to put a quarter in and then you get your quarter back. You don't steal the cart. It's kind of a genius idea, but who carries coins around anymore? I had to make sure I had a quarter with me. But anyways, you've never been to a Trader Joe's, Amy? I feel like you are. I just learned something about Trader Joe's too. Apparently, those Trader Joe's canvas bags that people have that you can buy, the reusable grocery bags, but they're nice canvas. In other parts of the country, it's looked at as a status symbol that you've traveled, you've been to a Trader Joe's, and people are paying on eBay so much money. So if you ever run into those canvas bags, you might want to buy a couple and check out the eBay, see if you can make some money. Now, I know Trader Joe's doesn't like this. Oh, well. But I looked at my local Trader Joe's and they were like, we're not selling those. And I bet you Trader Joe's is getting smart to itself and what? Because people are paying hundreds, thousands of dollars for these canvas bags and they're walking around the street. Oh, I got Prince hair in my eyes. My little Princey poo. With their Trader Joe's canvas bags. I'm like, I have so many of those things and I always forget them. when I go to the store. So then I have to pay the 10 cents for the paper bags. So, oh, you thought it was the size of the cart. No, you literally have to put a quarter in the cart to unlock it from the other carts. And then when you bring it back, you push it back in with the other carts and you get your quarter back. Mm-hmm. Yes. Os, I saw this on like Reddit or something. Os Flagro says the Trader Joe bags are now a fashion item according to my niece. It's amazing. I'm like, I have so many of those freaking bags. But it's like the canvas ones, like the khaki kind of canvas with the right, you know, the embroidered Trader Joe's. Because I have a whole bunch of fun ones. Like they have these ones recently that have all the different cheeses on them. I think those are cute. But I don't think people are paying hundreds of bucks for cheese bags. But if they are, I'll sell them. Okay? I'll sell them. Amy says, I've heard stories of people being so confused when they first went to Aldi because they didn't explain that you have to pay apparently for the cart. Well, I didn't know. I was lucky I had my niece with me and she was like, Jolene, come on. You know, I believe that children are the future. Teach them well and let them eat away. Tell them all the beauty they possess inside. The mini totes are so cute, Anna. Anna says, yeah, I've got those little canvas mini totes in holiday colors. I don't have like the Christmas colored ones. I didn't even know they existed, but I have an orange one for Halloween and some of the little kids were using them for trick-or-treating. And it was so cute. So I do have one. My husband Chell got me a little orange one. It was so adorable. Oh, you like to pay the cart forward. It's Kate, you beautiful human. I never even thought of that. I was like, give me my quarter back, bitch. I'm going to do that next time. So you just leave the quarter in there and then the next person can have it. Kate Bergen, you are a damn sweet. I didn't even think of that. What the hell kind of neighborly person am I? What a monster. I'm like fighting. You're just paying it forward, being a sweetie. Meanwhile, I'm being a monster fighting my cart to get my stupid quarter back. Kate, that's so sweet of you. We need more people like you, less people like me. Applause to Kate. I'm like, get a fucking quarter. Yeah, it's so sweet. Well, now we know. You got to get the cheese bag, Amy. But you don't have a Trader Joe's by you. Maybe I could get you one and ship it to you. DM me. There might be a possibility. I feel bad you don't have a Trader Joe's, so I want to do something nice for you. You want to see? Oh my God. I could show you all my totes. I have the cutest totes too. People have sent me super cute totes with like dogs and kitties and I love them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if they have one, I'll send you one. Amy. If they still got the cheese bags, which they did last time I was there. So that's the end of the episode. We'll find out. But it looks like they're going to go after Colton or nobody's going to get schmurdered. We find out if people took a shield. So let me know in the comments if you think people took a shield. Indiana Girl Jules says Indiana Trader Joe's still sells the bags. I love them. Jules, look on eBay. I'm telling you. And see if they're selling them still. And if they have those like traditional canvas that have like the red Trader Joe's writing or like they had like a mint green, has a little mint green on it, but mostly just the khaki, buy some and resell that shit. You know? Also, Indiana University won the college. Oh, congratulations. National championship. And we are undefeated. It's a good day to be a Hoosier. He's a Hoosier. I've been obsessed. Traitors and Totes. Who could ask? I've been obsessed with the Netflix show. I think it's Starting Five about I'm obsessed with basketball right now. Like I'm like hyper focused on the NBA. It's my new obsession because it's like a great distraction from the world when you need it. And I think is it Starting Five? And I'm almost done with the first season. They have 2 seasons. And speaking of sports, and it's actually Starting Five. It's actually a really, if you like basketball and you like that docu-series, you know, the first season, they have Jason Tatum from the Celtics. They have, what's his nuts from the Kings. I forget his name. They have Ant Edwards from the Timberwolves, my team. They have LeBron, Lakers. They have Jimmy Butler, who was on the Miami Heat. Where's Jimmy Butler play now? I forget. I usually call him Jimmy Buttlicker because he was a Wolf for a minute and he talked a little shit about the Wolves. And so I never liked him. But then they had an episode where he lost his dad. And now I think I like Jimmy Buttlicker again. And he's really nice to his kids. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings, you guys. But yeah, let's go Indiana. But you guys love your basketball. You love your b-ball outside of the school. But the second season of the Starting Five NBA docuseries has SGA, who I call Sarah Jessica Parker, on it, and I struggle to like SGA. Apologies to my OKC friends, but he's the free throw merchant, and I really struggle with him and the entire OKC Thunder, maybe because you guys are so good and other things, but we'll have some fun. EBL says, someone took a shield, I'm sure of it. You're probably right. But my initial thought was nobody took a shield. They all played it super safe. Ma Pro says, I hope no one used the shields and then they banish Rob. Snake Rob? Or no? Oh, they banish Rob. And then Dorinda is recruited as the final traitor. I see what you're doing. Okay. Oh my God, Dorinda as a traitor? I don't even know. Oh my God. That could be interesting. Meme says, I had a Trader Joe's in grad school and it was a lifesaver. I was vaguely vegetarian and ate so much tempeh from there. Trader Joe's is great. I love it. I didn't find out about Trader Joe's till I moved to Arizona because we didn't have them in Minnesota when I was maybe we did and we just didn't go. But now they're a lot of places. Oh, college football. Sorry. I was thinking of basketball. Congrats on your foosball, though. Very proud of you guys with your foosball. You guys like your foosball, too. You have the Colts. You had Peyton Manning for a long time. That was my husband's favorite for a very long time. I know. Hopefully Colton, if he did get a shield, he didn't use it. I don't think anybody's suspicious of Rob Schmitty. I don't think so. As a traitor, not yet. Has anyone brought up Candace's name? I don't think so. I mean, Sacred. Yeah, hockey is the best. But hockey and basketball are here for me right now. I'm really obsessed with the NBA. But obviously, I'm a Minnesota girl, so hockey is life. I'm from the state of hockey. Love it. Go Wild. Go Quinn Hughes. Go Kaprizov. Go everybody. Amy says, I think he's too much of a pussy to get a shield. No offense. Not a pussy. Jimmy's on Golden State. Yeah, and got hurt yesterday and is out for this. Oh, bummer. I do like Steph Curry. I think he's so nice. I could be wrong, but I just think he's so nice. And him and Ant are buddies. They're cute. So poor Jimmy. Poor Jimmy Buttlicker. Oh, not his ACL. That's horrible. Oh, as much as I talk shit and talk trash like Michael Rappaport, I don't want him to tear his ACL. His kids are so cute. Oh my God, we're killing that with Hughes. Like we have our moments, just like the Timberwolves, the Wild like to go to overtime too much. And I'm like, ugh, come on now. But Hughes has just changed our team. Oh my God, it's amazing. We've never had 2 All-Stars, I don't think, ever on our team. That's like unheard of for Minnesota. You guys are also smart warriors. Oh, now I feel bad. So sorry, Jimmy Butler. I won't call him Jimmy Buttlicker until he gets better. Because watching this Starting Five, I'm like, do I like Jimmy Butler? He's coming off as a nice person. God. You need to watch Rivalry if you haven't yet, about hockey players. Is that the gay hockey players? Is there a gay hockey player show I'm missing out on? Is there like a gay love hockey show that I need to be watching? Or did I just make that up in my fantasies? What happened? Dr. Macy says, I know more about Monistat. All is welcome. All is welcome. Oh, Keenly. I'm so excited for him. Just starting Traitors for the first time. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. You're going to love it. So I don't know anything about college basketball. It's just the NBA. I'm obsessed. Okay, so it is gay hockey. I am all for gay hockey. So heated rivalry. Are they going to make out after the game or something? So more Monistat. Yeah, we'll take all the Monistat facts we can get. Okay, yes. Heated Rivalry is the gay hockey show. Because I'm seeing these 2 cuties. And I saw a picture of one of the stars of Heated Rivalry meeting Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin. And I was like, oh, worlds collide. And I kept seeing these screens, these screenshots. And I'm like, is there a gay hockey movie I'm missing out on? Because I'm here for it. All right. You guys are saying it's so good. All right. Amy says, skip the monostat and get a script for Diflucan. What's Diflucan? Is that special? Oh, it's on HBO Max. Okay, I think I have HBO Max. Ma Pro says hot and steamy, but so relevant about people who feel the need to be themselves. I love that. Oh, I think Colton posted a post about it, and he made it about himself, of course. What? Amy, you said I had no idea you were engaged to a Canadian hockey player at one point? Who? One actor, Molly says, is from Texas, but speaks fluent Russian. It's amazing. Oh my God, he can talk to Kaprizov. Kirill the Thrill. He can talk to Kirill from the Minnesota Wild. Oh, it's just a pill. Amy says, this other yeaster for Easter medicine is just a pill and it's easy peasy. No Easter egg up the coochie. God, who wanted to put whose idea? That was a man's idea. Here, put this gooey Easter egg up your cuckoo. Good luck, bitch. Like, I feel like that's everything with women. Good luck, bitch. Shove this up there. Good luck, bitch. You're like, no, I don't want to. Leave me alone. Yes. Oh, yes, because when you're on antibiotics, that's why I always eat yogurt. Does that help? I don't think that's right, but I do. When I'm on antibiotics, I go, I better have some yogurt. I've been so lucky. I've never in my life had a yeaster for Easter. Don't hate me. Okay. I've had a UTI, but I've never had a yeaster for Easter. I don't want one. I never want one. Stay away from me. Stay away from my baby door. Okay. Oh, you got to go with him? Amy says, but I got to go with him when he played in London. They paid my bills and my flight, and I lived with him and two French-Canadian hockey players. Ugh, Amy, look at you. He played in the minor leagues. Oh, I love a minor league hockey team. Go Firebirds. We have the Firebirds out here. They were really good for 2 years, and I think this year they're struggling. I met him when he played in Little Rock in the East Coast Hockey League. Oh, yeah, because we have the minor league for the Kraken, for the Seattle Kraken. And so it's the guys who might get taken up to the big leagues in the NHL for the Kraken. And that's pretty fun. Hey, Joanne says, hey, Jolene, I'm a Warriors fan. He plays for us now. He tore his ACL. I know. I'm sorry. I feel bad that I was shit-talking Jimmy after I just watched him on Starting Five. And he was so sweet with his dad, and his dad passed away. And I was like, and him and his kids were so cute. So I think I might like Jimmy Butler now. Ugh. I hope he gets well. I hope he's better. Your hockey player was 6'4", 215 pounds. He was the enforcer. Oh my God. Did he have all his teeth? You dumped him. Was it because he kept getting in fights and pulling people's jerseys over their head when you were out? You're like, sir. Yeah, we like the Kraken. We want to see Joey play in the goalie more. We had Joey Decor. We just called him Joey. That was on the Firebirds. And when we had Joey, we went to the playoffs, the finals of the Calder Cup, which is like the Stanley Cup for the minor league, twice. And then we lost Joey, and hasn't been the same. So go, Joey. Oh my God. Women's Minnesota we have a winning hockey team too, women's. We also have WNBA, the Lynx, amazing. So, I mean, yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty great. The purple, talk to me. Mammogram machine was invented by a man. But yeah, they're like, deal with it, bitch. We're going to squish your tits. You're like, ow. I love that. And they always come back telling me I got stupid tits. Every time I get a mammogram, they're like, you got them dense titties. I'm like, did you just call my tits stupid? Like, they're dense. What the fuck does that even mean? I think they called me stupid. I'm pretty sure. Well, you guys have just been a pleasure and a joy and a pleasure. And thank you. We talked about Traitors, but we also talked about Easters for Easters and hockey and basketball. Okay? And UTIs. And all kinds of, and Trader Joe's canvas bags. We did it. Like dense. Yeah, you got them stupid titties too. Shout out to the stupid titties. We might need a stupid titties emoji for the members. Because they're like, your titties are so dense. I'm like, ooh, I got them stupid titties. Yeah, TJ bags for life. Amy says, yeah, he had so many missing teeth. He was always going to the dentist. Yeah. If he was the enforcer when he was a fight, them hockey players, they're missing their teeth. That's why I play the Middleton top titty 2x4 to win the game. That's from one of our guys, Middleton, who can fight. And he is missing a lot of teeth. And we like him. We like him that way. I wonder if I have my top titty 2x4 to win the game. Yeah. We can go out on that. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to smash that like on your way out. Hit that subscribe. Comment after the video posts. If you get the option after it posts to hype the video, that always helps so much. I think everybody gets 3 hypes a week, which is not enough hypes. I don't really know what it does. I think it bumps you up in the algorithm, but you have to get like a lot of hypes. But you guys have been killing it with the hypes. So thank you so much. All right. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
So many heroes tonight for the home team. One of them is this guy right here, Big Jake Middleton. Physical, fast hockey game. What was it like watching that overtime?
Yeah, so much fun. Gus was unbelievable. Kirill stayed out there for 2 minutes. Brock had a 2-minute shift too. Everyone played unbelievable. Kirill, top titty 2x4 to end the game. That was nice.
Why is this team able to win hockey games so many different ways?
Stick together, dude. That's what you saw tonight. They want to go after our big dogs. We'll go after theirs. And we'll play longer than they do.
And this crowd, it did not feel like a weeknight. This felt like a weekend party. How much do you guys feed off the big crowd here in St. Paul every night?
That's unbelievable. Every night is Saturday when you're having fun in a place like this, right?
It sure is. It's also big fun when you win. Jake, congratulations on a goal and a big W for the Minnesota Wild.
Thanks, Gorgie. Take care.